I used to sit in this exact spot in this bush, smoking weed, fantasizing about becoming successful. I had a Yoda bong, a ceramic bong that looked exactly like Master Yoda, that I would load up with a fat bowl of weed. It actually was a tiny bowl of weed, and I would inhale, feel the smoke in my lungs, cough up a lung, and have all these delusional ideas about the work that I was going to do one day and how that would lead me to become wildly successful. There was an exact moment when I was watching an Instagram story of another guy who lives in this area who was way more successful than me at the time. Now, his success was very fraudulent, very ill-gotten. He used to deal weed while also robbing people, giving people fake weed. He used to pretend to trade Forex while getting people to pay for his signals and whatever, and completely making them broke because of it. Now, I would sit on this stump smoking weed, watching this guy's Instagram stories of all the money he was supposedly making and all of the weed he had, being jealous of him, and also thinking of myself as a completely insignificant cuck who didn't take any action, who was scavenging around looking for tiny scraps of weed, literally cycling around the underpasses looking for roaches on the ground that I could collect and get high for free off. And then at a certain point when I started smoking with my dad, I would use his financial supplies to support my habit. Even though every single time I would draw out cash from his credit card, I would see a negative balance, and there would always be a warning: you have insufficient funds, do you still want to proceed? And every time I did so, there was this like intense feeling of guilt and shame that, fuck man, my family's finances are an utter mess, and here I am not doing anything about it, just continuing the deprivation, the degradation of our situation. And then I would obviously go get high with my dad. We would forget about our problems in this haze of weed, just delaying them until tomorrow, and all on and on and on every single day. And fuck, I wish I could say I don't regret anything, because everything happens for a reason. But looking back, I wish, even though saying wish is a really faggy thing for pussies, you don't wish. Like, wishes never come true. What am I going to call the fairy godmother? No. But point is that I was a completely depraved loser with no chance of ever making it, and yet I was still convincing myself, I was deluding myself that, yeah, one day I'll start to put in the work. I used to get fired from every single job I ever had, and I think if you were an employer looking at me at the time, you would have absolutely no reason to keep me on, because I would go on my lunch break in the office and bust a nut in the toilets. I would come back from my lunch break. I would stuff my face with chocolate and Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper and fucking burgers and chips from the the local shops. And I would get back onto my computer while having my phone on my desk with a Netflix show going in my headphones while I tried to focus on work. Do you think these are the habits of a high performer who exceeds expectations and is a worthy employee deserving of a promotion? Fuck no. This is a complete bum, an imbecile who does nothing but wastes his employer's time and money. And when I got fired at that particular job, I had the audacity to think, oh, fucking haters, bro. They don't understand me. They don't treat me well. Absolute entitled imbecile. And very shortly after I got fired from that job, I decided to start my career as a personal trainer. Wow, what a role model, what an impeccable, respectable individual who deserves clients, right? And all the time I was trying to do that, I still had this really entitled perception that, oh, people should want to work with me. Look at me, I have a nice physique, sort of. I do a lot of ninja training out in the forest. I have all this knowledge. I've watched all the YouTube content. I have such a good understanding of fitness. And does it surprise you that I gave up not 2 months after that adventure began, because I realized that, oh shit, I actually have to do work. I have to go out there and hunt clients. Not hunt clients, but you know what I mean. I have to go out there and work for myself, and that involves actually putting in a lot of effort and going through discomfort and rejection. And obviously, someone like that has absolutely no shot of ever making it in anything. And yet I still was convincing myself that, oh no, it's the vehicle. It's the work I have to do. It's not me. No. The problem is what I'm doing, not who I am. And so after that point, I gave up very quickly. I was like, oh no, I'll be a YouTuber full time, because I thought that would be the work that I'm aligned best to. And I think that guy had a point, but he did not build himself into somebody who had any shred of hope of doing what it takes to actually succeed in anything. And it's funny looking back, because now I'm sort of doing it. I'm more often than not putting in an effort that actually makes me proud, and I'm slowly chipping away, building the blocks that it's actually going to take for me to become successful. I'm not there yet. I'm not even close, but finally I'm starting to gain some results. My YouTube is in shambles. My views are shit, and that's okay. Doesn't really bother me that much, or at least that's what I tell myself, or at least that's what the version of me who's already detached from the outcome would say. And every single time I get on here and I just speak from the heart, and I'm not really trying to over-engineer how I portray myself, I start to detach from the outcome, because I'm like, bro, if I'm enjoying this current moment, which I am, then I'm winning, you know? But finally, people have started to trust me with their results. I finally have started to gain a bit of traction, a bit of clients starting to trust me with achieving their fitness goals. And fuck, man, it took so much longer than it had to, because the entire time I was trying to battle myself. I was flip-flopping around, switching from different opportunities, always thinking that the solution lies in the vehicle. But the solution always lies in me, because I'm the fucking vehicle, and if I can't master myself, then what shot do I have of making anything work? And so here I am. I'm sitting in the exact same spot where I used to hit my bong and immediately afterwards eat some crisps, some chips, some potato chips, absolutely drenched in seed oils, stuffing my face with 6 chocolate bars in a row, watching a Netflix show while doing so, or just listening to an audiobook of some kind. All the time, still in the back of my mind, having this idea that, oh, I'm going to make it. It's good to have delusions. It's good to convince yourself that you're going to make it, that no matter what, you are going to come out on top. But at some point, you need to have some fucking evidence behind you. You can't be in this stoned fucking fantasy land, just thinking about the dream outcome and how easy the work is going to feel and how effortless it's all going to be. At some point, the rubber needs to meet the road, and you have to get moving and let reality show you how difficult it's actually going to be. And then, only then, is the delusion going to become helpful. Because only once you start proving to yourself, after every difficult, uncomfortable action you take, that you can actually come out on top and that you actually feel way better afterwards, that, fuck, I think I actually have a shot. I think I actually do have a shot. I actually can make it work. But then every single time you get distracted, every single moment your mind starts fantasizing about a different path because it gets really hard, that is the opportunity that you've been looking for. Because if you just say nope, fuck you monkey mind, back onto the path, focus on what's right in front of me, that is what's actually gonna accumulate and build you towards that next level. But every single time you entertain the idea of, maybe it's another vehicle, maybe it's a different path I need to take, you reset your progress. And all of that time spent wondering is mental energy wasted from the goal that's actually right in front of you. So, fucking push, bro. Do what it takes. Do what is required. And remember, if you think you're locking in right now, you're probably not. The people who are the real killers out there, the true savages, they always think they're not doing enough. Their day is maxed out. They are being as productive as they physically can be right now, and they still think to themselves, fuck man, how can I push harder? What can I do more? Whereas guys like you who watch a whole bunch of YouTube videos, guys like I have the tendency to be as well, we always love to think, what is the least amount I can do? How can I get away with it, right? We're always trying to think, how much effort can I put in to still feel like I'm doing something and to progress while not being too uncomfortable? I've lived that way for such a long time, and it's resulted in such slow progress with everything I've ever done. And now I'm having days where I truly am pushing to see what I can do rather than what I can get away with. But those days are not consistent enough, stacked together in a row, non-stop, in order to send me to that next level, which is why you're still watching me in this fucking spot, even though my internal state has completely changed. Like, that's why I actually still am in this environment, and I'm not in flipping Asia, in South America, in the United States of America, in Miami, Florida, actually living my dream, you could say, even though dream is so gay, actually living my goals and doing what I want full time, helping people transform their lives, bussin' personal brand, bussin' coaching business, not having to work for a slave master who doesn't give a fuck about me. But yeah, that's just the reality of my situation. I really want to be more honest in my documentation. I don't want to try and pretend that I have all the answers, because that's cringe as fuck. And every person that does so, they create an army of clones, of not even clones, of just consumers who are like, oh bro, this video was so valuable, thank you for the information that I'm never going to apply. No, my life has always been changed by watching guys who get on here completely raw, unfiltered, who are just honestly describing their situation and what they're learning in the moment and how it applies to me, and just getting me to turn off YouTube and fucking take action. So if there is one thing you can take away from this video, because I know it's been very chaotic and rambly and unstructured, it's that you don't need more information, bro. You need more action. You've consumed enough content. If there is one thing that you can benefit from at the end of this video, it's that this is the last video you watch today, because there are responsibilities you have. There are tasks that need your attention that are going to actually move you forward. And you might be confused, oh, what are these tasks? What are these tasks? Oh, I don't know these tasks, so that means that I need to go and I need to consume more. And then I'll find out what these tasks are, and then I'll finally start executing. Fuck off, bro. How has that been working for you? Because that's what you've been telling yourself every single time. So instead of that, just stare at the wall, man. Just turn off all the noise, stare at the wall, go for a walk, write down on paper. And then you'll figure out the next step. And honestly, man, if you're that confused, just go to someone who's already achieved the results you want, join their program, hire them as a coach, however you can get involved with them, and then cut out the rest of the noise completely. Just go to them, turn off your brain, listen to what they say, and implement violently, relentlessly. No other noise, no other voices in your head flip-flopping you around, trying to take you off the path. That's it, man. I hope you have an amazing, productive day. This is just the start. It's not even 10 a.m. yet, I think. And this video is the first of many that I'm going to film. Not necessarily YouTube, do some Instagram reels. I'm going to definitely go read some more. I'm going to have a fulfilling day, even though it's not ideal, even though I woke up feeling kind of like shit because it's been a disgusting heat wave in the UK, and I've also fallen sick while working, trying to push myself, train, do yada, yada, yada. Probably wasn't sensible, doesn't fucking matter. Here I am, and here you are. So let's go, bro. Turn off YouTube, get to work.